guys find your seat so we can go ahead and get started. Hopefully you guys brought a device. You guys are going to need a device today. Make sure you guys brought your device. I did send this PowerPoint out, so you guys are going to need it to actually follow along. So today's presentation is using IXL in the classroom and analyzing data to guide student practice. Make sure you guys sign in. Don't forget to sign in so you guys can get credit. You guys do want to get paid for today, so make sure you guys sign in. Also, make sure you guys put your email address so I can send you guys some support, additional support after the presentation if you guys still need it. Got it? We're going to give just a few more seconds, make sure everybody makes it all the way through and gets here on time. All right, let's go ahead and get started. All right, so we're going to begin with analyzing Star 360 data. This is very simple to access. Most of you guys should know how to access it. I know the language arts teachers and the math teachers know how to do it. So for those of you that aren't language arts or math, I'll go ahead and help you guys. So, but before that, let's get started. Math scores. So unfortunately, our math scores for this school, not just this school, district-wide, have been pretty bad. They've been pretty low. Students show signs of struggle. They've been struggling with math scores. I know that at this school, last couple of years, we've been focusing on language arts scores, and we have improved those. So now we need to find ways on how to improve the math scores this year and hopefully years to come. The school math scores are all-time low, and please make sure you guys log into Star 360 so we can see these reports. If you open up your device, I'll give you guys some time. Make sure you guys click the link. The link should open up your login screen. All right. So this is what the screen should look like. If you have this screen, it's the correct one. I know some of them, if you just look up Star 360, it's going to give you an error. Make sure you guys don't do that and actually click the link. All right, so your login instructions. The first screen you guys should see after you click that. Make sure you guys log in by entering your username. Your username is just your first name, and your password is just your date of birth. It's capital. The first letter should be capital. So for example, if it's March, you're just going to put capital M, A-R, then your day, and then the year, and then that's going to be your password. And once you log in, you're going to be able to see this following screen. Once you see the screen, make sure you guys click Math Assessments. Math Assessments is going to pull up this screen, and you guys click Reports. Once you click Reports, this is going to allow you to choose various types of reports. For example, I know you guys have up there, it's going to be student scores by class. It's going to be by teacher. It could be by like I said, students, the whole class, the whole 7th grade, all of 8th grade, it depends who you guys have. After that, make sure you guys select your classroom from the toggle or the pull down bar or menu, and then select your class. Don't forget to put the date range, click on the range, and then click your view report, and that should generate your report. So we're going to do some analysis of our data for the next 5 minutes or so, maybe less. I did have printouts of everybody's class already, their advisory, at least their advisory class of their students. So make sure that you guys analyze the scores, make sure that you guys understand what we're looking at. Look at who's the high students in your class, look at who's the medium students in your class, look at who's the low students in your class, because we're going to try to really focus on those medium and low students, because we do need to improve our math scores. Since those students that are doing high already, they're already doing well. Don't worry about the ones that are doing that. I mean, you want to keep challenging them. Just make sure you guys focus on the medium and low. Once you guys do generate that report, it should look something like this.
Wow.
Right, as you guys can see, this is a projected pathway for our students to be proficient. We are, as a whole class, as at least this is my class, each report is going to be a little bit different. At least for my class, I know they tested pretty low. I did notice that the rest of the report, it shows that I had a few students that tested a lot higher than this. So unfortunately, I have more medium and lows that affected our test scores and dropped it down. You guys are going to see the similar pattern because I have asked and worked with other teachers, and they have the same results as I do. All right, I'm gonna give you guys 5 minutes to look at the data or so. Go ahead and get started. I'll walk around and ask questions, make sure you guys are on the correct path. That's perfect. Are you logged in, Mrs. Gonzalez?
Yes.
Mr. Naranjo, do you need some help?
Yes, please.
All right, let me see. Let me show you.
Okay, got it.
All right, do you guys have any questions so far? I know that was less than 5 minutes, but I don't want to spend too much time on the data. I want to get to the fun stuff where you guys actually explore the research that we're going to start using for the rest of the school year here. All right, so this is back to the report. This is an example. All right, so what does the data show us? The data shows us that there are a few students who are doing well. They are. We have to continue challenging those students. Unfortunately, there's not enough to improve our math scores. Once we do have those students, if we really focus on those medium and lows, we will get them to be at least proficient, and that will help the school score overall. The majority of the students shows that they're below or far below proficient, like I said. So we got to figure out a way to do that. That's why you guys are all here. And like I said, you guys all signed up. Make sure you guys are in the correct spot for E.Perez-IXL. This is E.Perez-IXL professional development. So that's what we're going to be focusing on. Some of you guys are like, what's E.Perez-IXL? I have heard that conversations in the lounge, and I know you guys have been talking about it. So E.Perez-IXL is a math program that all the students should have. It's just a website, EXL.com. And it works for math, language arts, and other subjects as well, but we're going to focus on the math portion of it. So this is a program that's changing the way that students learn. Students engage in individualized experiences that are tailored to the students' needs. E.Perez-IXL has been reinventing the wheel, sort of, because it kind of is a math tutor, and it helps the teacher overall and the students. So it's a well-rounded program that has been proven to improve math scores and their results overall. Alright, so I got 2 videos that I searched up. They are actually part of the website. So after we watch the first one, I'm going to give you guys some time to think per share. Just think about 2 things that you notice in the videos, is just to get you guys introduced into the program and what it actually is. So the first one we're going to watch is this one here. It's just an explanation of why teachers like E.Perez-IXL.
Here at the International Society for Technology and Education, and we're talking to teachers about why they love ISL.
As a teacher, one of the things you have to do is you have to be a mind reader. You have to know what kids know and what they don't know. So I use IXL to kind of be my crystal ball and allow me to look into their brains and their minds and figure out what they know and what they don't know.
As a district, we've been using it for over 8 years, and we're able to really start to dive in more specifically to see where we need to intervene. So we get to see the growth and the more general trends as a district, but then individualizing, being able to see where we can really hone in the classroom, providing those specific supports.
I will actually look at the analytics that IXL sends me, and I can see, for instance, I had a student that was struggling, and I could not figure out what she was struggling with. But IXL, the diagnostics allowed me to see that what she couldn't do was add and subtract integers. She could multiply and divide them, but not add and subtract. So without that diagnostic, that analytics, I would never have been able to figure out where she was struggling.
So I use the analytics a lot. I use it to transfer grades. I use it to see who's working and who's not, who's struggling, because I can see who I need to help right then and there.
I also believe in cyclical learning, so repeating things that they learned maybe back in September when it's December. And so I can drop an IXL assignment in just to remind them how to find the slope of the line, or how to remind them how to find the sine or cosine.
I can go in and just type in a keyword, and it will show me every single level that covers that skill. So if it's something that I feel is very difficult, I might go down to 3rd grade for an introduction of it. Or if it's something they really have an easy time with and I want to challenge them, I may bump them up.
IXL to my students is a game. It is not work. It is not drudgery. It is not something they have to do. It's something they want to do. Find something else where your kids are going to practice that they want to do, that they say, oh, can we do IXL today? You're not going to find anything where kids want to do that, but with IXL they will. They'll beg to do IXL.
School has to extend outside of the 4 walls of our building. No longer is school just an 8 to 4 kind of system. We really want to make sure that kids are able to generalize their learning at school, at home, and other environments, and IXL is a great bridge for that. So we really appreciate the product.
noticed that they could use it after school. Is that true?
Yeah, so the beautiful thing about IXL, the one thing that I've noticed is that sometimes these students, as we all know, they go home with homework, and then unfortunately in our community they don't have anybody that can help them at home. So the thing is that they struggle. They try to figure out who can help them, or sometimes parents work all night or night shifts or whatever the deal is, and they don't have somebody to ask. IXL is really wonderful because it gives you like a step-to-step answer guide. So if you get it incorrect, I'll help you. I have actually added a picture of that and then a few slides down from now. So make sure you guys think, pair, share really quick. What are 2 things you guys noticed? Go ahead and you guys can discuss that among your neighbors. It's okay to talk. You guys got like a minute or 2, or if you guys are ready, we'll just move on.
When they were stuck on a problem, that way you could help the students and know which students need the help.
Yeah, and it could also give us an idea to teach them
Mm-hmm.
during the class.
They're stuck on.
All right, I actually have one more video. Let's see if I can pull it up. The next one is this is just a different video, and it kind of shows in the report of why it works in the classroom. Go ahead and hit the lights for me again, please. Hit the lights. There you go.
We're in Austin, Texas for TCA 2017, and we're talking to teachers about why they love IXL.
Our school's been using IXL probably for the last 5 to 10 years.
Our school started using IXL, I believe, around 10 years ago.
I was looking for something to implement into my guided math rotations for their technology station.
IXL is the major component in our classroom.
I loved it, fell in love with it because it wasn't multiple choice. And when the students answer too quickly or they're just trying to guess, they got it wrong and they lost points.
It's able to self-pace, so I can start the kids out and say, okay, here's our topic, and they can move at whatever level they need to be. I can also move them ahead a grade level or behind a grade level, depending on where they're at.
We align the TEKs with the IXL codes. So kids have to go through all the IXL codes pertaining to one TEK. They finish that and then they do a DOL, which is a start practice.
The teachers like that it's so specific to not just the subject area, but little things that they need to work on. I know the language arts teachers love that analogies is a tough section for kids, and they have just specifically that lesson.
They can help each other too. Sometimes with the live analytics, I'll throw it up on my smart board. And so if I'm working with a small group, I don't have to monitor them. They can look on the board and it's very easy for them to see, okay, this kid's going into the red. Let me go help you. It's team building, collaboration, along with, they're independent and working at their own level.
Just makes them feel good to know that they can always increase their grade, no matter when they start or stop, it can always get better.
As a science teacher, I love the science curriculum that I've seen on there. And now with social studies, these are subject areas that a lot of times get pushed to the side because it's always math and language arts. And so I love that you have tailored your program and started working on the.
All right, I'm actually going to pause that there because it's talking about the subjects. We want to focus on math, sorry. All right, let's see. So, login instructions, make sure you guys, again on your devices, make sure you guys are using, go ahead, turn on the light. Thank you. Make sure you guys log into your devices, what it should look like. Your logins, I have given you on that PowerPoint some information on how to log in. How to use my logins for now. You will need a trial, or not a trial, actually a membership. Luckily our school has already purchased it, so you guys will all have access to it. Here we go. Once you guys are logged in, you guys are gonna go ahead. You have a question?
Yes. What if our students can't log in?
Your students will log in, so